Wow, look at that. Four Idiots is back. And the three idiots from Boston. We are missing one idiot. We'll fill you in at a different point. But welcome back to another college football preview. We actually did very well in week 0. We were all together in Boston, and DGen for Life here was doing it. He was doing his thing. Gave us UMass money line, or maybe he said +7. And I was so drunk, I just went with the money line and made a shit ton more money. We were just on fire. It was great. I don't know why we left each other, because this week has been nothing but a disaster to start for me. But that's my own fault because I'm a degenerate myself and I bet nerfies. Anyway, guys, what was your fondest moment in Boston?
Yo, welcome back. Four Idiots is back. Fade you. College football season. Here we go. Ready to rock. Boston was last weekend in Boston was memorable. The boys getting back together. Absolutely crushed it. We smacked Tigers +120. We smacked Red Sox +115. We smacked UMass +260.
Pirates.
Tigers. We didn't post that. We smacked UMass +260.
Dodgers live +300.
Yep. We smacked. What else? We smacked Jacksonville State. We smacked. We smacked a whole bunch of shit at the casino late night with Dan Lipschatz and CT Betts. We smacked shit all weekend. The boys are back. We're ready to make some money. Ready to jump into week 1. Hazmat's around with the Cox hat. You know how we do. Drinking some Pink Whitney. Boys are back, man. Football season's here.
And you go from one vacation from our vacation to your own vacation.
That's it. Up in North Conway, up in New Hampshire with the family. Got some friends with me, chilling, doing storyline. But yeah, we back, man. Football season's here. We ready to smack some shit.
Oh yeah. Chris, what was your favorite part about Boston?
It was all great. The weather, once that rain went away, golf, I mean, how can you forget golf? It was epic. We started drinking early in the morning, let the rain go. The course was lush, dude, with all that rain. It was green. I sent Cheese the pic. I don't know if he's going to post it or not, but it was beautiful. Once that water went away, and then we got drunk at the turn, and then, I mean, it's pretty cool making that eagle, me and you drove the green, making that eagle putt. That's some badass shit, man.
Yeah, that was the highlight of my round of golf. And next time, I'm definitely going to have to, take it a little more serious and, I don't know, practice. But I just don't have time anymore. Like, it's
driver off the deck. That's the key.
Yeah, I got to do something. But yeah, I mean, that was fun. Like that was a memory on no sleep. Just Cheese banging on her door, just excited. I mean, we hug with touching of the tips. He drives us, to Granite Links. I mean, beautiful course. And yeah, once that rain subsided a little bit, God, that was fun. Like, beautiful course, just fun. And I guess our fourth idiot is actually Josh, one of Joey's friends who was our fourth in golf, and he's there now. So maybe he'll make a guest appearance at some point. But
yeah, Boston Josh is here. Boston Josh is about 10 feet in front of me, drinking Pink Whitney, chilling. He's gonna pop in a few. He said he's got an NFL banger for the boys, so he's gonna let us have it.
All right. But God, I mean, even Friday night, man, we went to Ocean Prime. God, that was just Joey. What did you order for us?
We got a nice bottle of red, nice little halibut, a couple of ribeyes, and an ahi tuna. Yeah, the boys were eating like champs. Yeah, all around, man, great weekend. The tequila bar was great. Red Sox Dodgers game was great. Casino with CT Betts and Dan Lipschatz was unbelievable. Me and Duke had a memorable experience leaving the casino at 4 a.m. Kmart did some other stuff that night.
Just wanted to do more exploring.
Yeah, all together, man, 10 out of 10 weekend. Love you, Cats, man. Like, can't wait to get the band back together.
Yeah. I mean, I got one bone to pick with like everybody who's been to Boston, lived in Boston. Like, love the city. Like, didn't expect to be so clean, so safe, so beautiful. But like everybody I talked to, they're like, "Yeah, Boston's small. Like, you can do everything." I'm like, "Fucker, I walked 16 miles on Saturday. That ain't small." Like, I was dead on Sunday, and then I walked like another 5 before my flight, checking out a few other things. But one of my favorite memories, though. So we're all drunk. I think this is Friday night, but Mr. Cheese turns and looks at me and he goes, "Dude, nobody calls me Joey." And I'm like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Look at his name here, Joey." It's like I learned my only way to designate Mr. Cheese and Mr. Hamill is Joe is Hamill and Cheese is Joey. So to me, it just makes it easier, and I'm just like, "Hey, what would you prefer?" Okay, we'll go with that. But yeah, he likes Joey. To me, that was just funny.
Yeah, everyone just calls me Cheese now. It's weird. Yeah.
No,
Cheese. Great. My greatest, one of my favorite moments of the weekend was your compliments in my golf game. Really, just like solidified that like I've made it in life. A couple. What did we have? Put together 3 birds on the front 9. I mean, hit my 7-iron 30 yards directly right one time. Straight into the rough. Yeah.
Like
Boston Josh was picking me up on the greens. Couldn't miss a putt.
Yeah, and then we had good old J Buff, just getting drunk with us before the game in Fenway. Like, I mean, that was fun too. We're all just kicking it, placing bets, watching a little bit of the Notre Dame first half, and then
that's another one. We gave out Notre Dame first half. The boys went like 6-0 on the weekend. Like, shit was wild. We just couldn't lose.
San Diego State too.
That's it. Let's get into week 1, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. Football's back.
Mr. Romano, so I know you've been waiting and chomping at the bit, so I'm going to let you lead off with your best bet.
Oh, my God. You want to start straight with the best bet?
Just swinging. I mean, we already bored people through 7.5 minutes of us just reminiscing, so let's let them have it.
Buff said, "Turn on YouTube comments, you fucking assholes." But Buff just texted me. Oh yeah, we hung out with Jay Buff. Buff's the man. Buff is a fucking legend.
Buffet.
Yeah, we're gonna have Buff on the 4 Idiots at some point this year. Buff be giving out pure bangers. So, but yeah, let me. I'm gonna give out 2 plays this week for week 1 college football. Those of you that follow me know I'm high on Florida State this year. So my best bet for the week is I'm giving out Florida State plus 130 money line. I'll also be playing at plus 2.5. A lot of people probably remember last year's game. Florida State won 24-23 in the opener last year versus LSU. If you watch that game, Florida State blocked the extra point as time expired to win the game 24-23. A lot of reasons why I like Florida State here. LSU's missing their star defensive tackle, Mason Smith. Their secondary is extremely questionable. I think Jordan Travis could air it out on these dudes. We know the linebacking core for LSU is phenomenal, maybe the best in the country. But I think this is a Florida State team that I think just absolutely fucking destroys them. Jordan Travis coming off a season of 3,400 yards, 24 tutties, 5 interceptions. Wide receivers, Johnny Wilson. They got in Michigan State transfer, Jaheim Bell, who had 58 catches last year, 7 tutties from Michigan State. We're getting a Florida State team here who's coming in with top 10 offensive and defensive lines. I mean, we know college football games are won in the trenches. LSU's front 7 is definitely legit, but their secondary has major question marks. I really think Jordan Travis kills them over the top. This is a game. I like Florida State to air it the fuck out. I like them 34-17 this weekend. I really do. I think Florida State, I think they come out firing, man. I really do. I like them to run the table. I think they go into Death Valley later in the year and beat the shit out of Clemson. This is a team that I think they could win the Natty. Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. But sticking with my guns here, best bet of the week: Florida State plus 130 money line. Taking the 2.5 also, just to be safe. But I think the Seminoles roll here.
Yeah, I guess I'll just jump in. I have 3 plays so far this week. One of them is Florida State, and I did the same. I did a max bet on 2.5 and money line. I only got plus 120 though. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else for me to say. But like the only thing like that's kind of giving me pause on this game is Florida State's becoming very loud. Like their players, like everything around them is becoming very loud. Where like national title aspirations, college football playoff. Haven't really heard much about it like up until a week or two ago, and now it's just super loud. So that's kind of making me go, oh shit, letdown spot. Chris, do you got anything here?
Dude, look at Wager Talks live screen. I'm seeing all the tickets, all the money, everything's on LSU here. I know last week we were talking about how FSU looked like it might have been a little public, like a little square. It's just not the case.
I'm not saying it that way. I'm just saying like they themselves are becoming loud. Like I agree, like ticket wise, yeah, for sure. I'm just saying the things I'm hearing from Florida State is they're becoming very loud.
Listen, I hear you. Listen, Florida State's biggest problem this year will probably be Mike Norvell, their head coach. If this team was coached by Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, some of the top echelon guys in college football, this is a team that runs the table, no questions asked. They have all the talent. I know they play in the shitty ACC, but this is a year where they have 2 statement games. One, opening night in Orlando versus LSU, and in Death Valley versus Clemson in a couple weeks. These are their 2 statement games this year. They win these 2 games, they run the fucking table.
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I know you guys are high on it. Cheese was I sprinkled on. I don't know if I sprinkled on them to win the Natty or what, but I know I for sure took them this week. I think I might have got 3 before the line went down. I don't know. I'll have to double check, but I'm on him with Cheese because he speaks highly. Obviously, we talked about it this week. How what did we say we're going to call him? Future God Cock or something, because he obviously dropped some bombs on the future side. So yeah, I'm riding it, and I love to see. I know a lot of people think, oh, it's a revenge spot for LSU, but maybe that's the fade narrative.
Yeah, maybe. Chris, how many plays do you have this week, Chris?
I was just going to do 3. Didn't we do 3 each last year?
Yeah, I'll let you go because then I'm for the sake of time, I'm just gonna basically give mine out.
Well, I'll start off with fucking right here. I'll go with another. Well, I guess obviously FSU's not a home dog; it's a neutral site. This is a true home dog. Oh no, this one's a neutral too. Okay, that actually makes it even better. Gamecocks unranked, catching 2.5. They're baiting you right there. Don't even do the 3. All they got to do, all North Carolina has to do is win by a touchdown. By a field goal. The ranked team, top 20, top 25 team. Free money, right? Not so fast. I think this is going to be, obviously I think they didn't play each other last year, but you have to think the South Carolina and North Carolina, it's kind of that who's the king of the Carolinas there. So
no chance Drake May doesn't throw for 6 touchdowns and 800 yards, right? Yeah,
right.
Fuck North Carolina.
Hopefully, I don't like Rattler when he's land points, but hopefully when he's catching them, I like him as a dog. He's scrappy. We saw what he did against Tennessee and stuff like that last year. So hopefully they're scrappy again. I'll go with the other 2.5 point dog in the big game, Cox.
Very nice. Yeah, like One of the games I really like is North Texas. I got them at +7. It opened at 9.5, went down to 6.5, then came back up to 7. Lot of money on North Texas. But I've been watching the RIP Pac-12 for a long time, and to me, Cal always plays very well out of conference. And I feel like a lot of money came over to North Texas later, because I feel like last week when I was looking at this in Boston with you guys, it was different than what I'm looking at now. But Cal lost a lot. No one wants them. No one's trying to recruit them into even God. I don't even think the Mountain West wants them. Like they don't have much going for them. They've lost a lot of talent. Not too much talent came in. They could win, but a lot of what I'm looking for in week 1 is our home dogs. And this was kind of the first one that stood out to me. I think North Texas can win this thing outright. That wouldn't be surprising. I sprinkled on that as well. I think I put like 3 units on +7 and 1 on the money line. So I do really like this bet.
Yeah, I can fuck with North Texas this week for sure. It's a spot I was eyeing. Couldn't really get to the window on it, but I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it small, just for the simple fact that how much you like it. It's enough. It's enough for me to sprinkle on it for sure.
Yeah, and money line's at 225 right now. Geez, what's your? You said you only got 2. What's your second one?
Yeah, I only had 2 plays this week. So I was really close to getting to the window at Fresno State. Bulldog cock. It's close. Couldn't quite pull the trigger. Not saying I won't, but Fresno State's a side I like. My only other play that I have locked in is I played South Bama +6.5. This is a team that was 10-3 last year. Carter Bradley, their starting quarterback, comes back at 3,400-yard passing last year, 28 tutties. South Alabama returns 9 starters on each side of the ball, including their leading rusher, their top 5 tacklers on D, leading wide receiver, and quarterback Carter Bradley all come back. It's not even just so much a play on South Bama. It's sort of a play against Tulane here for me. Everyone remembers that bowl game last year. Tulane beat the best team in the country, USC, that piece of shit fucking Williams. Right? 46.
Hammy.
Whoa. A win is a win. They absolutely go into the Cotton Bowl, beat USC 46-45. And I don't think I've heard anyone talk about who Tulane has on deck. Tulane has a home game next week versus number 22 ranked Ole Miss. Like, this is a spot where Tulane, I believe, looks past South Bama, ready for Lane Kiffin and boys coming into town next week. I love South.
That happens in week 1.
I absolutely, I think it happens. We have a ranked Tulane team who expects to beat the fucking piss out of South Bama this week, and I don't see it happening that way. I think South Bama not only covers this game, I think they have a real shot to win this game. I think they have a real shot to win this.
That's a hot take.
That's going to be in the dog parlay money line, 100%.
You think Kelly plays it?
She said that was on her list.
She did say it was on her list.
I think I asked her about it. She said she liked it, and then you came back and said you're taking it. So you have to rob the Duke of his cock again.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good sign when Cheese has Kmart and Kelly are on the same side. Yeah, makes me like you even more. But yeah, this is a spot where I think Tulane clearly looks past South Bama, back-to-back home games with Ole Miss on deck next week, ranked opponent, 24 versus 22. I could see them second half of this week preparing for Ole Miss next week, thinking they cakewalk South Bama. I don't. Joey Cheese doesn't see it that way. South Bama covers the 6.5 this week.
Large. I'll go just because I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing a similar thing Cheese is. I'm playing that look ahead line here. I know Cheese likes it a little bit. Kelly said she's playing it. It was 14.5. Whatever. You can't get the hook anymore. I think I see 14. Fucking Wyoming, baby. Home Cowboy Dogs. Texas Tech going up there. Again, they know who's coming. Quack, quack. Ducks are coming to town the next week. They know they'd love to just upset the shit out of them. Apparently, like everyone's telling Kelly, seems to be like it's going to be a cakewalk for the Ducks, even though they're only laying 4 or whatever. So maybe, hopefully, they'd have that mindset, go up to Laramie, just get out of there with a W by 3 or 7 or 10, whatever it is. Let's get back home healthy so we can take on the Ducks. And I know everyone thinks Wyoming. I mean, look at the way they finished last year, dog shit. And so I think they think that it might be the same trash, but I'm going to go ahead and take a waiver on it.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
We talked about it all week.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go with a game that I'm sure a lot of people remember from last year, Houston and UTSA. So that game went to triple overtime. Houston had to make a 17-3 run, I believe, in the fourth quarter just to send it there. And I think I was actually on Houston last year, and I'm finding myself on them again this year. This line opened at Houston -2, went up to +2.5. Now it's kind of turning back down to +1. All the money in all the world seems to be on UTSA. I won't lie, I listened to someone else's podcast before this. They had some decent takes on UTSA, but it just seemed pretty square. So to me, it's just kind of like a fade play. They're kind of just more going over. UTSA has the better coach, maybe a better defensive line. I don't think Houston really lost that much. I was looking at the transfer portals. They got a few guys. They didn't lose anybody. They had a really good thing.
Doing is trash anyways. Who cares?
Yeah, they got a 4-star out of A&M, but then apparently he didn't drop out, but he went to a JUCO from grades or something. But it's not like they had him last year. But just this line, I don't know. This line smells like Duke. It seems like you kind of lean UTSA or were.
No, I was because I thought it was the poopy side, but it was last year. I was on UTSA last year. I think they were catching like a point or two. They ended up winning by 1 and over. I don't know. I forget what happened.
It was something weird. Like
my initial reaction when we talked about it in the group chat was my first thought was UTSA here, and like
right.
the more I looked into it. I text Duke and I was like, no. I was like, no, we're not. No, we're not playing that side here.
Well, I looked it up today. I love to look at it, and I mentioned on our pro pod how the Browns are only supposed to win 8 or 9 games, and the Bengals 11, and it's -1. This one's weird. Houston 4.5 is their win total. UTSA's is 7.5, so they're supposed to win 3 more games.
That's such a huge spot, dude. I'm so glad you found that.
Yeah, it's like, and you're gonna make it like, and everyone's thinking UTSA just rolls here. Like, why are they not -7? Why is it like a borderline pick? I mean, why did it open? Books saying we think Houston's the better side here.
It opened Houston -1.5, I think.
Yeah,
or -1.
Are the books wrong? I mean, it's week 1. Who fucking knows?
Yeah. Don't forget, dude. We got a special guest tonight. We got Boston Josh wants to. Boston Josh wants to drop a play for the boys tonight. Josh, come drop a play.
Show us your hog.
Boston Josh, come on. The boys need a banger. I think Boston Josh didn't realize it's a college show, but Boston Josh says he has an NFL take that is can't miss.
We gave out a college pick on our NFL pod. It's all good.
Boston Josh has an NFL take that can't miss.
Yeah. You want to know my take, right?
Let's hear it. What do you got?
Let's hear it.
Pats versus Miami. Pats versus Philly, not Miami. Big night for Patriots fans. Brady's coming back. Why do you think they dropped all their quarterbacks? Who's playing? Take Pats. Pats money line.
Boston Josh says Tom Brady's coming back to fucking Gillette this next weekend. No one knows. But Brady's coming back, and the Pats are winning. You heard it here first. Boston Josh is in the house.
Let's go.
So that's why they cut Zappy and then put him on the practice squad today.
Dude, they cut everyone because Boston Josh says Brady's coming back for whatever reason.
Right.
For whatever reason. Brady's back in town.
Plus 4.5.
Brady's coming back to title town.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah.
I'll have to look into that.
Josh
Oh
is
man, Dookie, you got a third play?
Yeah, might as well save the fucking worst for last. I mentioned to you guys I'm gonna probably do it. I know it's a trend that's been hot the last couple years. I just think sometimes you have to regress eventually. I'm dumb as fuck for playing it. Under 66.5 USC. I think it should have hit last week. That got garbage as fuck in the both halves. How much does Nevada score here? I think Nevada doesn't score more than 7. I think everyone's talking shit on USC's defense, and hopefully, they straighten it out and make the Wolfpack just die. And so even if they score 50 and Nevada scores 10, you hit your under. I think they're going to chill here. They got a conference game next week against Stanford. Maybe they pile it on once it's 48-0, let off the gas. So I'm going to do it. I know they've been an over team, but I don't think Vegas is stupid. It was 66 last week. They score 84 and they just leave it the same. I know people already took it up from 64. I'm going to fade that little bit of value there. So.
I kind of like that.
I absolutely agree with you here. I mean, we watched USC at the casino the other night, Encore in Boston, and it was like they just score like 24 points in like 3 fucking minutes.
Kickoff return.
We went to the blackjack table for like 5 minutes, come back, and USC has like 35 points on the board.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened? But like, I absolutely agree. This USC defense is absolutely fucking trash. Absolutely garbage. Their defense is what's going to stop them from making the college football national. It will stop them from making the New Year's Bowl.
The good news is they don't play anybody until week 7 at Notre Dame. Their first 6 games, they don't need the defense. They just got to figure it out with all these new pieces.
Yeah, they have straight. Yeah, they're cupcake. They have a cupcake.
Chris said, "Oh my God,
we have another special guest. More special guests.
It's a door. I'm like, what's going on here?
Clara's got to play.
Yeah.
Yo, tell her to drop.
Clara's going to the game too.
Tell her to drop a bomb for us. I'm ready. I'm tailing whatever she's giving up.
What are you giving?
But yo, seriously, this USC defense is trash. And my big
last year. It can't be worse.
Yeah, and that's why they lost to Tulane. My big thing with them,
12 with 5 minutes to go.
My big thing with them this week is I don't think Nevada can score enough points in this game to go over.
Yeah,
I totally agree. with that.
The thing I was trying to say is I think USC is gonna. I think SC is gonna cover 38, but is gonna go under. Because I think what Chris said is a 56-7 type of thing. I think that's in the realm.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. As long as they don't let some backdoor shot. I mean, I don't know how San Jose State scored 28, but whatever.
Yeah,
first game. They're it's always been SC's thing. They just don't really show much in those first. Even this week, it's just gonna be all base stuff. But before we go, I mean, there is a big game tomorrow that I feel like we need to address. Florida, Utah. The lines come back down to 4.5. Anybody got action? Gonna do action?
So I'll kick it off real quick. My original lean was on Utah. I know Cam Rising's not playing. I know this line was it was as high as like 9 earlier in the summer. I know a couple guys that have like +8.5, +9. Played it at +7 and +7.5, and I know it keeps coming down. I don't think I could play Florida, but I also don't think I could play Utah here. I mean, it's just one of those spots. Like we talk about it all the time. Like you don't have to have money on every game just because it's on television, right? Like we want to be like responsible for like our viewers here and like give good content and like be. Like hopefully make some money here. This isn't a game that I think I can get involved in. If I was going to play Florida, I feel like I had to play it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
If you were going to play Utah, I guess you just keep waiting until hopefully kickoff. Maybe you get -4, but it's not a spot I'm going to be involved in.
Like, I might play Utah. Like, I don't know. Like, Rising towards ACL 8 months ago, like, we kind of knew he wasn't going to be playing. And I think that's why all the early money was on Florida, why it's trendy, blah, blah, blah. But now the line's finally come back down to something. It's like, okay, in Utah, Florida kind of sucks, even though they need it. Like, they need this win. So, I mean, I definitely lean Utah. I'm just not there yet at 4.5. I don't really like that number. But hey, Duke, Jeff wants you to take Duke. I don't know if that's the Blue Devils or to legit take a dump. It's kind of unclear.
Oh yeah.
Duke Clemson is Duke Clemson.
45.
Well, I'm gonna lean. I mean, on that Florida game, I'm looking at it more. I think I have to be on the under. I think I saw 44.5. Now it's moving down. The game last year went to 55. So they're telling you it's going to score more than 2 touchdowns less this year, or like more, basically 2 scored plus less. Okay, maybe because it's Cam Rising, maybe they just, Utah goes to the run and just tries to grind it out. Takes a lot of time. Now the clock doesn't stop on first down. So I'm going to lean that. I could see like a 2017 game, 24, 17 game, something like that.
My thing with the line was, so obviously everyone in the industry respects and understands Kenny White is like one of the best guys in the industry, right? And Kenny White made Cam Rising a 5-point differential from his backup. So the difference in the -9 to the -4.5, like I feel like it's caught back up, like the line's caught back up. Like Cam Rising not playing, that 5-point swing is probably where it should be. Utah's like a 4.5-point favorite at home with their backup, where they're probably -9, -10 with Cam Rising playing.
Yeah.
No, but I like it. I looked at that J Buff. I'm for sure. I mean, definitely lean that way. Hosting the mighty Clemson. ESPN. Why not?
Standalone game, I believe, right?
That's the last game of the opening week. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I think that's good. How do we want to leave this, guys? I think.
Dude, what happens when you bet on poop?
Sometimes you get blown the out. I don't want to say it in front of Claire.
She likes it. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
She knows what blowouts are in her